What should have been a heartwarming moment between Beyoncé and her daughter Rumi has turned into chaos, and honestly, it says a lot more about the internet than it does about that little girl. Beyoncé was in full Cowboy Carter mode, and in the middle of her protective performance, she brought out none other than her daughter Rumi Carter. This wasn't Blue Ivy's well-rehearsed, choreographed moment from the Renaissance tour. Rumi came out barefoot, smiling and waving to the crowd with zero fear. The fans loved it. She looked up at her mama with so much admiration, hugged her tight, and Beyoncé melted right there. For many people watching, it was a tearjerker. Beyoncé has been so protective of the twins, rarely showing them to the public, so seeing Rumi on stage freely expressing herself meant something. It gave fans a glimpse of the personal side Beyonce almost never reveals. But haters really showed Beyoncé why she's kept those twins away from the spotlight all these years. As soon as clips hit social media, the tone shifted. The same video that had people clapping and celebrating suddenly turned into a hotbed of speculation and cruelty. People zoomed in on Rumi's movements, her hand gestures, the way she waved, how excited she seemed, and started diagnosing her. She's definitely on the spectrum. She's flapping her hands, a classic autism sign. Something's not right, Beyoncé knows. That's why we've never seen them. What was just a 7-year-old showing joy became fuel for internet experts who couldn't wait to assign labels. Folks dragged her brother Sir into it. Some comments went as far as saying, if Rumi's like this, Sir must be worse. That's why he never shows up. Let's be clear, these are and not just any children, but kids. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have intentionally protected themselves from this exact kind of treatment. The idea that people feel entitled to not only pick apart a kid's behavior, but to also speculate about their medical or developmental status without any actual information is beyond disrespectful. Instead of taking in a sweet family moment, the internet flipped it into a spectacle, forgetting that this wasn't content, it was someone's daughter. And just like that, what should have been a proud mom moment turned into a full-on social media circus.
Lifting you up to be raised, even though I know someday will shine on your wings. Even though I
As if speculating about Rumi's health wasn't enough, people started digging up Beyoncé's pregnancy journey, trying to make their own twisted connections. In her homecoming documentary, Beyoncé opened up about the trauma she experienced while carrying the twins. She had preeclampsia, developed toxemia, and was forced to undergo an emergency C-section. It was a high-risk, high-stress situation. She even admitted she weighed over 200 pounds by the end of her pregnancy and had to rebuild her body and spirit from scratch. Fans began speculating that those complications could be the reason Rumi behaves a certain way, or that Sir, who has remained out of the spotlight, might have issues stemming from birth trauma. Some commenters went as far as saying things like, that pregnancy was too rough. There's no way the twins came out without something going on. As if Beyoncé hasn't already been through enough. This wasn't a concern. This was voyeurism dressed up as curiosity. People took Beyoncé's pain and used it to build a case for rumors about her children. It's one thing to critique a celebrity's outfit or performance, but when you start weaponizing their personal medical history and projecting it onto their kids, you've crossed a serious line. And just when you think folks couldn't get more invasive, they started dragging up Beyoncé's pregnancy to justify their cruel assumptions. It's one thing when anonymous trolls on the internet say something wild, but it's a whole other mess when celebrities get involved, and unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. First up was Azealia Banks, and if you know her track record, you know she rarely holds back, whether it's facts or pure chaos. She went way out of line, accusing Beyoncé of hiding Sir Carter because she was ashamed of how he turned out. Her words weren't just insensitive, they were cruel and baseless. Azalea tried to frame it like she was exposing truth, but all she really did was feed into the ableist and harmful speculation already spiraling online. Then, Kanye West made everything worse. He made some of the most disrespectful and ableist remarks about Beyoncé's twins that anyone with a platform has ever said. His comments weren't just hurtful, they were offensive on every level. He mocked the way children move, he insinuated mental or developmental issues, and used it as a moment to make himself seem like some kind of cultural prophet. This isn't the first time Kanye's used someone's children to get attention, but this time, he crossed an unforgivable line. Now, it's not just fans crossing the line, celebrities are throwing their 2 cents in, and trust me, it's getting ugly.
I want you to think about what I just said. This is sitting here getting an honor for being the most, written about black woman in Vibe magazine for 10 years, and all you can talk about is the that's coming behind you?
If all of this is sounding a little too familiar, that's because it is. Remember how the internet used to come for Blue Ivy when she was just a toddler? Her hair, her facial expressions, her outfits, everything was under scrutiny. People were ruthless. And now it's happening again, only this time to Rumi. At first, she was beaming. That on-stage glow was all joy, hand-waving, hugging her mom, taking it all in. But fans started noticing something shift in her demeanor during later shows. She wasn't waving as freely. She kept her arms closer to her body. The confidence that was there at first, it started fading. Now, no one's saying Beyoncé or Jay-Z said anything to her. But kids pick up on energy, and Rumi is old enough to hear whispers, see comments, or feel the vibe around her change. That sparkle she had when she first stepped out, it's like it got dimmed. People forget how damaging attention like this can be for a child. Rumi didn't ask to be dissected. She didn't ask to be a trending topic. She was just excited to be with her mom on stage. Now she's getting the same toxic attention her sister got, maybe even worse. And just like that, y'all dimmed a little black girl's light again. You know Beyoncé doesn't speak out directly very often. She's all about moving with grace and letting her work speak for itself. But sources close to the situation are saying she's livid about how things played out. Word is, Beyoncé regrets letting Rumi on stage at all. Not because of Rumi's behavior, but because the world didn't deserve that moment. A sweet, personal moment between a mother and daughter was taken and chewed up by social media, but here's the twist. Beyoncé's not taking it quietly. She may not be tweeting, but her moves are speaking loud. People noticed she pulled Rumi from a few shows after the backlash. She's tightened the circle around her family, and fans, they're not staying quiet either. The Bayhive has been calling out the cruelty, the ableism, and the straight-up bullying that came from adults judging a child. People are reminding everyone that Beyoncé nearly died giving birth to these twins, and instead of celebrating that they're happy and healthy, folks tried to twist the story into something ugly. And now, Queen Bey is done playing nice. She's speaking with her actions, and y'all are on notice.
Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
Let's take a step back, because this whole thing, it goes deeper than Rumi. What we're really seeing here is how the internet time and time again criticize black children, especially when they show emotion, joy, or anything outside the box. There's this weird double standard where black kids are expected to be calm, quiet, well-mannered, almost perfect. But when they're just being kids, laughing, fidgeting, dancing, suddenly they're acting out, disrupted, or now showing signs of something wrong. It's a pattern. We've seen in schools, in public, and now on global stages, kids like Rumi can't just be expressive. They're instantly pathologized, and it's not just hurtful, it's harmful. The second a black child moves differently, smiles too long, or acts too excited, people rush to slap a label on it, and in this case, they turned Rumi's natural joy into a diagnosis. A moment that was supposed to be pure got dissected and picked apart by strangers who have no clue what they're talking about. But let's be clear, Rumi's hand waving, her hugs, her big smile, that wasn't a sign of anything except happiness. The only thing it exposed was how quick people are to judge what they don't understand, and how uncomfortable they are seeing a little black girl take up space unapologetically. So let's be real. This isn't just about Rumi. This is about how we treat black kids, period. Rumi Carter is 7. She got on that stage to support her mom and have fun, and she did exactly that. She wasn't being strange or awkward. She was a kid, a happy, healthy kid. And if she is neurodivergent, so what? That doesn't make her less lovable. It doesn't mean she's broken. It just means she's unique, like every child deserves to be. But that's not the point here. The point is, people need to stop projecting their own fears, ignorance, and biases onto children. They need to stop turning innocence into content and stop turning joy into something to fix. This is what happens when we forget that kids are off limits, that black kids deserve protection, celebration, and peace. So next time a child like Rumi smiles a little too wide or dances a little too freely, let them be, because that joy, that's something worth protecting. At the end of the day, Beyoncé's not the one who should be ashamed the haters. So now I'm turning it over to you. Do you think Beyoncé will keep Rumi off stage for good now? Or will she keep pushing through and protect her daughter's right to shine no matter what? Drop your thoughts in the comments like if you're riding with Beyoncé, and subscribe for more unfiltered tea.